I pushed the wrong button. Dang. Okay. Well, however, keep it moving. I want to talk about this 9 of diamonds, this 9 of pentacles energy, because this is very profound, especially in this era of time that we're in this divine time that we are in. That 9 of diamonds dealing with ending of value systems, okay, new cycle of money, new cycle of energy, right? This is internal and external matters. This is also on a micro and a macro scale, okay? Look within and look outside of yourselves, and you can see how this applies, right? We know that dealing with energy, pentacles, currency, okay, we are the most valuable asset when it comes, the people, when it comes to currency, okay? We are the true currents that keeps money, and energy flowing, okay, really, so this ending, this could be a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of CEOs losing their companies, okay? You know what that's all about, right? These bankers losing their finances, okay, having their claws in control over the people, moving energy, right? This is, maybe this needs to be an ending to something that you value that was actually structured based on illusions and a manipulation, okay? And for some reason, you're no longer happy with where you are with your business, okay? And you feel that it's something wrong here. There needs to be a change here. Something needs to happen. And that's probably what it is, okay? Because most likely it was built on something faulty. It was built on deception. It was built on manipulation, okay? We are in that Neptune retrograde energy, okay? And I'm going to read the 9 of diamonds in the Jupiter energy, because we are in Jupiter and Cancer. And I'm going to read it in the Saturn energy, because this month Saturn is also going retrograde, and also in Neptune. Okay, so this is about getting your gifts in order, okay? Your divine gifts. This is about reciprocity with that 6, about giving and receiving, okay? Being charitable, okay? When you're in that position, right? So the 9 of diamonds in the Jupiter period. Under Jupiter, this card can mean affluence, all right? Spending or investing a large sum of money is indicated, which means you have to have money in order to spend it, okay? I'm feeling the balancing of wealth, the distributing of wealth. This is going from the mundane to the spiritual. So it's very important to have done that spiritual work in order to be in a receiving mode, okay? To really and truly receive what's getting ready to come in materially, okay? A large sum of money can be both made and lost, all within this period. That's that reciprocity. That's that giving and receiving. This is the balance. This is the transfer, the wealth transfer, both made and lost, all within this period. This card indicates extravagant tastes and poor judgment with money, which can cause financial loss to the point of discomfort. Yes. And you might find much satisfaction, however, in matters that involve charity or other community service. Yes. It is likely that a job or occupation could come to an end now, but if so, it will probably be one of the better endings you have had in your life. The end will be easy and perhaps financially protected. If you resist any endings that occur now, you are only depriving yourself of the wonderful changes that are moving you to a new and better stage of your life. And that's in a Jupiter energy, Jupiter period. Right? So to get to the Nine of Pentacles, okay, where you are open and ready and in alignment with receiving this new cycle of currency that's getting ready to come flowing in, Cancer, the water side, you would have had to invest your time with the Seven of Pentacles into yourself. The Eight of Pentacles, putting that work in self, destroying to rebuild. So that's taking the time, working, doing your due diligence, working meticulously, diligently, with precision, okay, in detail. Okay? And if you spend most of your time working outside of yourself, like working for a company, this could be a call for you to, things happen. Okay, the universe has its way, her way of shaking things up to get your attention and to shift your focus to where it needs to be. Okay, I'm picking up Saturn energy, right? So in the Saturn period, the Nine of Diamonds, this card brings a disappointment in finances related to ill health or the death of someone. I've been picking that up a lot too. Funeral home. There could be trouble with an inheritance or money spent on health care or a funeral. That funeral word right there. Extravagance or speculation are bound to bring difficulties now. This is a heavy karmic influence, one that brings problems that are difficult to overcome. Any deviations from fairness or legitimate transaction, or any deviations from fairness or legitimate transactions will bring heavy consequences. Heavy consequences. You heard? That's that 6 energy too. That Venusian energy, that Libra energy. 2224, balance. It has to be fair. It has to be balanced. It has to be true. Okay. Now in the Neptune period, this influence can bring a loss of money related to travel, foreign interest, drugs, and alcohol, or deception. Wow. See? That's the frequency that we're in. So this is inevitable. This is cosmic reckoning that's happening, okay? Because the Yoniverse is balancing things out. This is law, okay? Natural law, the law of nature that we're experiencing here. However, it is just as possible that this money could be money that is invested in your business or other financial instruments. Money that will return to you later when your investments pay off. A trip now could prove to be much more expensive than you had planned. It may not bring as much enjoyment. Even under the most favorable of circumstances, one should always be careful in all financially related dealings with this card present. On the positive side, you can experience the completion of a financially related project that has been going for a long time. Its culmination may leave you feeling a bit lost or confused. But by the time your next birthday comes around, you'll be back in action, moving towards new goals and ideas. This is an excellent influence for giving money to the poor or helping others out financially with no expectation of repayment. It is entirely possible that a long-time cherished dream or possession of yours could come to an end or be lost during this period. Wow. That is, confirming what I said about something you may have valued. Let's take a business. Your dream business, or what you thought was your dream business, has now it's time to let it go. It can't go to this new cycle with you. It cannot go into this new energy with you. So it may be time to release it, because maybe it was built on something faulty. Maybe it was built, or you're into some type of entanglement, Libra energy contracts, or maybe some karmic contract. There's some karmic contracts connected to it. Okay, so you're going to have to release it, and you're kind of stuck in a rut with it because you're like, but this is what I dreamed of. But everything that has been around you is ending. Okay, people that were around you during that time, you're finding that no, it's karmic. So, okay. What did I start on? Okay. This could be something that you have been worrying about losing from time to time this year, see? If so, don't be afraid or disappointed. This ending is actually the best thing for you and everyone else in your life. Let it go. And many new and better things will soon come to replace it. Yeah, you gotta make room for the new. You can't make no room for the new when you hold on to old things. That's creating stagnancy, a stagnant frequency. Okay? So, with being in this Cancerian energy, with this 22, the 6, and the square, because I look at the Empress as Cancerian energy. The 4 is most definitely Cancerian energy, and the 22 is Cancerian energy because it's about the master builder. Cancerian is the feminine, divine mother, okay, matriarch right there, okay, which is a cardinal sign, okay. the cardinal signs, they're self-initiators. Okay, they're marked by the beginning of new seasons. These are our true leaders right here. Okay, Cancer, water, Capricorn, earth, Aries, fire, Libra, air. Okay, Libra, balance, Aries, authority, Capricorn, structure, Cancer, family, foundation. These are your cardinal signs. These are your true leaders. These are your self-initiators right here. Okay, Cancer, the polarity of that is Capricorn, which is about structure and order. Okay, Capricorn is about government. All right, and what is the first government structure? Is the family. Okay, is the family. So that's where we need to be investing our time. That's the foundation. That's the new cycle of energy. Okay. Release all of these outside interferences, these outside distractions like your phone and everything on that damn thing. It's time to get back personal, one-on-one. Okay? Instead of putting everything in your phone, get some paper and a pencil and start using your living spirit, your energy with writing things down. Take time to read, take time to plan, restructure. That's what time it is. So, with that being said, I'm going to move into the cards, the energy of the cards. Let's see what the divine wants to communicate through the cards with this energy. I'm going to get the overall energy with the Oracle deck. Ooh, at the bottom is Radical Rebirth. In Booyah Nihande. 5, the root chakra. That's that foundation. That's the change that's needed. Okay. I'm picking up Sekhmet energy. Embossed energy. With the lioness. With the 2 lioness sitting beside her. This is the rising phoenix energy here too. Destroying everything to heal everything. Destroying everything to rebuild everything on a more foundation ground. Yes, at the top is harvest. Abel Nimba. 43. Which is a 7. This is harvest time. Give me overall energy for the next 7 days. Wow. We got Yemeya. Okay. Spiritual awakening. Number 40, which is a number 4. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Sekhmet, the wounded healer. Okay. Which is a 15, which is a 6. Destroying everything to heal everything. Destroying everything to rebuild everything. So, Yemeya is in the temple of the high priestesses. Okay. Cancers also are very intuitive. Okay. They are priestesses and priests. Okay. She's the goddess of celestial. I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. She is the goddess of celestial. She's the goddess of awakening. Okay. The element of water. The temple of high priestesses. Okay. Goddess Yameya controls the ocean, the amniotic fluid that nourishes us before we know ourselves. The healing, loving energy of this Yoruba mother, Orisha, never leaves you. Wake up. Awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. Yameya swallows your tears. You are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess rising. You are waking up, and once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. That's the thing. So, if you're struggling with that, and you're feeling what these people call depression, that's because you're depressing your true self. 2121, as I say that, which is 3-3. Your mastery, okay? Your higher calling, your higher self, your creativity. You depressing that thing. You depressing the truth. And it's trying to fight its way through. So you are feeling that depression from it. Because you're just battling yourself, your lower self with your higher self. 22, as I say that on the clock. That's your battle. That's your true battle. So when you don't want to face that, then sometimes people start projecting that outward to other people in other situations and causing chaos, external chaos. 2, as I say that. Okay? Which is what? 4, which is 8. Okay, because their structure, their foundation is messed up. They don't have no order. They don't have no discipline. Okay? The pathway of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. Okay? Let's break that divine down. Okay? D-I. That's dealing with two, okay, relationships of something. Vine, okay, something that is tightly together, okay, is very protected. It's very sturdy. A vine is very strong, okay, has strong boundaries. So that's you in the cosmic way, connecting. Okay, that's you connecting to source. That's how you get into the spiritual awakening. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. Her declaration is, I am receiving and radiating love. So come back to center. Center is the universe. Mother, the great mother. Heal yourself. 15 is what? This is radiates, and I see a TT, which is worthiness, and I see Queen Mother Nani, which is liberation. Okay? That's how you liberate yourself. First, you got to know that you're worthy. Okay? To be free. This is spiritual protection here with Queen Mother Nani. Highly spiritual, highly protected. Okay? And have the courage, the internal power to stand on her truth and to speak her truth. So, behind segment is a Sasaya. This is Crone Mother here. Tower energy. Okay. Both of these is the solar plexus. So this is that radical change that's needed, internal and external. We talking. Okay. Because these external forces that wanted to be in power and control over the people. Okay, we got high priestess energy here. We got the primordial mother energy here with Yemaya. That causes towers alone because there's a frequency. We're talking about alignment, we're talking about energy, we're talking about frequency, vibration. There is a frequency that comes, that is connected to this energy, that vibrates out, okay, and causes towers. Okay. 15 is a 6. The 6 is the lovers and throne. Okay. That's that divine connection. That's that partnership. That's that alignment. And that's what we're talking about. Okay? Let's keep it moving. 6 of clubs. That's way too many. But the 6 of spades with a whole bunch of other cards came out. So I'll just take the 6 of spades as it was on top. So 6s again. This is about balance. This is about and a 6 of clubs is at the bottom of the deck. 6, 6. Yeah. At the split I see the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs. Wow. At the top of the deck is the 9 of spades. So we talking about a lot of endings, okay? We talking about paying. This is karmic debt. This is karmic influence, okay? So paying for our actions, all right? Which we saw the segment Wounded Healer in Asasaya with 15 and 16, okay? Yeah. And with Asasaya being 16, that is a 7, which that's the chariot. Okay, the chariot is highly protected. Okay, the chariot is moved by spiritual forces and protected by spiritual forces. The chariot has overcome some obstacles. Okay, and has triumphed over those obstacles. So there's some things, people, places, organizations, faulty governments, okay, governments that were these entities that were structured as government, okay, which that's not government, okay. Government is in the people's favor. Okay, always. That's the balance. Not in place for its own selfish needs and wants. instilling the stability of the people, using the people as chattel property, using the people as commerce. So this is why you have this destruction here all over the place, because this is the great mother. This is restoration that's happening, the great reckoning, destroying everything to rebuild everything on a balanced foundation. I think I saw 33, okay, which that is the mastery that's taking place, a completion that's taking place. Okay. So let's get in this Six of Spades. Let's see. Fate and karma in action. Paybacks from the past in many forms. This is the card of fate. Okay, and this is the strongest of the karma cards. This is a soothing out of affairs in the realms of work and health. However, if you have had bad or negative habits in these areas, or if your lifestyle has included any activities which have intentionally or inherently hurt others, you may have to settle your accounts when this powerful card appears. Whatever happens when this card appears, see that as a guidepost to make corrections in your path. This is a settling of all affairs. Much peace is needed, and that's that energy. Okay, that's the time we're in. The Six of Clubs, awareness of our personal destiny. This is dealing with intuition, and again, paying for things said in the past. Clubs is dealing with communication. Okay. And see, the Six of Clubs is what? The Six of Swords in the Tarot. Okay. So this is about being responsible in your speech and communication. Okay. And maintaining a peaceful surrounding. Okay. This is about bringing your life into balance and stability. Okay. But when you don't want to bring things into balance, the universe will, because it's inevitable. Okay. This is also dealing with a higher purpose and lifestyle in the spiritual sense. Yeah. And there it is. Deck is red block card. So this is Tower energy. Simply being blocked. Can no longer continue. Can no longer exist. Can no longer sustain itself because the foundation was faulty. I see the yellow. Oh, it came out. I see the yellow block card. So this is a new cycle. Okay. Something that has been exposed, something that has been illuminated. This is clarity here. Okay? This is clarity here. And then at the bottom of the deck is a red one. This one is giving me a tower. Okay? This is giving me empire energy. So, yeah. At the top of the deck is a red 2. So this is tower energy. This is destruction. This is collaboration, partnership, contracts, karmic contracts. Okay. This is stealing the wealth of the people energy. So this is why you have this yellow block card here. Okay. And also this is giving me on a personal level blocking yourself from having a spiritual awakening, okay, because of repeated karmic cycles, okay, your actions, your communication, your ways, your values, all karmic. So it was blocking you from your higher self. It was blocking you from having this spiritual awakening with that one being sun energy, Leo. It was blocking you from your true authenticity, your true royalty, your true leadership. Wow. So we have 6 and 3. So the threes. The threes. We have 3, 6, 9. Wow. The triple goddess. Raising your vibration. Spiritual awakening. Threes is dealing with mastery. Completion. Trinity. Body, mind, spirit. Okay. Also community. Also mother, father, child. So that's dealing with the family. Okay. Getting back to the basics. And mastering that. So releasing everything internally and externally that hasn't been for your highest good and for the highest good of your foundation and your posterity. 6 and 3 is 9. Releasing it, letting it go, allowing it to end. The culmination of it is this is it. It's over. So in a sense, also this is self-sabotage. Okay, which this was also not being able to see the external forces that also were manipulating things behind the scenes. Okay? Keep you blind, deaf, and dumb. Okay? To keep your pineal gland clogged up. Keep you away from having this spiritual awakening, to subdue the power, the energy two, that's the lineage. That's the line. That's the land. Okay? You divine masculines or you masculines, you come from the mother. When the mother is taken care of, everybody is taken care of. When the mother is safe, everybody is safe. You ain't left out. We're talking about divine feminine. That's where all blessings flow. When the mother is fine, you ain't got to worry about a thing. You don't need to worry about a thing because that's a mama bear right there. But there's reciprocity that needs to be a top priority. You see all these sixes? The yin and the yang. Everybody have a part to play to come together to seal this peace as a whole, collectively. And that's the greater benefit of it all, is coming to being able to come together as a whole. After you've done your work, don't nobody want no raggedy, okay? Nobody want you coming around and you ain't got nothing but toxic karma energy within you and around you. Nobody, we're not playing those games no more. This is about truth and coming in your authentic self. If you can't come that way, then you best to stay back. Clean yourself up. Okay? Clean yourself up. Mama will be there. Okay? Doing what she do best. You ain't stopping no show. But mama don't take no mess. You best believe split of the deck is the King of Pentacles, and at the top of the deck is the Ten of Cups. So this was the actions that were taken with this King of Pentacles on getting the bankers, the de facto government. Nine of Swords is behind that, and the Hanged One is behind that. That's the energy that they're in because of this Eight of Wands, this alignment, this shift that is coming through. 8 karmic because of their actions, their abrasive actions for Knight of Wands. Okay? They were also doing a lot of conjure work with this Queen of Wands too. 4 of Swords, to put the people to sleep, mental, mind manipulation. The 6 of Wands, so that they can stay in power and have continuous control. But with the Sun here and the Wheel of Fortune, there's a victory, and they said there's a transfer of wealth. So this is happiness, this is healing. And this transfer, okay, I just was given something here. This transfer of wealth with the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun, and the 7 of Pentacles behind the Sun, is generate. Wow. The 10 of Pentacles just appeared. This is generational. Maybe since birth. With this child sitting on this horse here. And the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This was generational. Wow. That's a lot. Now one of these Negroes is in... That's all I'm saying. And I split it again on the King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles was the head nigger in charge. And it actually might have been a Negro. You know what I'm saying? And that Queen of Wands were all the vines connected to it, this King of Pentacles, like the state ofs, the companies and things like that, these organizations and departments. Yeah. Oh, you got justice. Justice at the split with the King of Pentacles. There's justice here. Oh, and this could also be the justice system, the judicial system, the corrupt judicial system. Give me 3 cards. Okay, so this justice this justice is representing balancing the scales, actual justice, with this Ace of Cups sticking up here and the 6 of Wands behind that. Talk to me. 7-day messages. 7-day messages. So the Queen of Swords came out. The 5 of Pentacles is at the bottom. Following that is the Ace of Swords, and I see sticking out is the 5 of Wands. So it's some clarity that's coming through. This is right action with the Queen of Swords here about poverty, okay? Being put, strategically placed in poverty. Okay. Tower. Yes, it's a tower here, and I see judgment. And I see the 7 of swords. Okay. So, the Fool and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So this is that new beginning. Okay. With the Fool energy. Everything starting new with with the monetary system, with currency, and also with how we work with the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is a new way of our mindset. Okay, a new way of thinking. Okay, new value system. Queen of Swords is clarified by the 3 of Cups and the World. So the cycle is over. This repetitive cycle is over with this group of people with the 3 of Cups. I see the 10 of Cups here too. This could be dealing with family as well. I see the Page of Wands facing the 10 of Cups. So maybe something to do with family. I see the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, or the top of the deck rather. This is past endeavors. Okay. Yeah, some truth and clarity is coming in about this situation. Oh wow, okay. What just fell out is the Empress reversal about a karmic mother. 8 of Wands, some things is balancing out. Karmic mother is getting some karma. Okay, this is an alignment. Okay, the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the check, the Chariot are sticking out, the 10 of Pentacles is sticking out, the Page of Wands is sticking out. So, yeah, this has to do with some money. This Empress could also be not only a mother energy, karmic mother, but some people that were in leadership, okay, maybe dealing with the de facto government also, that they had their hands in this. Okay. Yeah, I see the 10 of Wands. Okay. Okay, yeah, Empress in reverse. This mother, this was 2 of Cups. Yeah, this is a mother energy with the Sun, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. Clarify the 8 of Wands. Justice and the Magician with the 8 of Wands. So yes, this is karma, and this is right action that's coming in. 8 of Pentacles. Clarify the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess, and the 4 of Pentacles and Justice, and the Page of Swords, and also the 4 of Cups. So this was some money that was held back, okay, that was swindled through the judicial system, okay, hidden, blocked, Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this Queen of Pentacles is I just heard U.S. Treasury. U.S. Treasury has something to do with this. The U.S. Treasury has something to do with this. This is the Queen of Pentacles energy right here. And a lot of state officials and federal officials with this Hierophant energy here. And also some religious groups. But it's a tower here. Religious groups with the High Priestess energy as well. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles, they were all investing with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. This was like a melting pot, this first thing that came to my mind. But this was in the Ten of Pentacles, yes. This was, and this been exposed. And then I see the devil, wow, with the Ten of Swords. The King of Swords here too. These are attorneys, this energy here, this King of Swords. I'm picking up attorneys. But they were all paying into a bride. They were all paying into a pot. Okay. Paying out. Yeah. To steal money. Chariot at the split of the deck. Okay, let's get a shadow card. Oh boy. 1111. 1111. This is cleared out. This is cosmic reckoning that's happening here. For rebalancing, this is cosmic rebalancing here. Give it two more. Two more. Two more shots. Wow. A priestess was hired to put a root on you. And I did see work with herbs, crystals, divide and conquer tactics. Okay. That could be that High Priestess energy. Yeah. Dealing with some, maybe a religious organization that had a part, that had a, a hand in that. Okay. I see the Temperance, Page of Cups with the Ten of Swords. So what I'm picking up with this is dealing with drink, dealing with food. They were working with the soil. Maybe also with, the water. Yeah, this is trying to poison your food, trying to poison your drinks to unalive. That's what this energy is I'm picking up. Trying to manipulate your emotions. Put up illusions. Mind manipulation as well. Maybe cause mental illness. Yeah. But the Queen of Cups is here. Ain't none of that. One more. Ooh. 2-2 is here. That's the Queen of Cups energy. 2-2, and that's 4. Queen of Cups is a Cancerian energy. Spirit of confusion. Yep. Wanted you confused. What's sticking up is government groups. Both sides of your family is sticking up behind that as well. Less is more. And then I see 666. Solar plexus, the central sun. That's the strength. That's the resilience. Give with me. A breakthrough is here. Yes, it is. Ooh. Appearance. The 2 of diamonds. That's the partnership, balanced partnership with the divine. Okay, so ancient temple of lapis lazuli came out. This is royalty. Appearance, and if it ain't divine, it ain't mine. So this is the false appearance. Okay, false evidence appearing real energy right here. They were in the seats of power and royalty where they were just imposters. Okay. Yeah, royal inheritance, birthright. They stole the royal inheritance and birthright. I am fine because I am divine from the true divine beings. The law of use. Okay. They misused that. Okay. But a follow-up is here, and it's Makeda, greatness, Queen of Sheba, the rising, okay, a new cycle of energy, a new cycle of royalty, and the falling with the mountain here of the imposters. Yeah, I see Jupiter. I see Moxie. Here you go. At the top of the deck, at the bottom of this new deck is Mars energy. Alright, this is the Tower energy. The devil is in the details. The details have been exposed. At the top of the deck is Jupiter, expansion. So this is the balance. This is the alignment. This is the shift. This is the wealth transfer that's taking place. See witchcraft again. Oh my. She dropped. Recreational drugs. Somebody use drugs. The use of drugs. So I'm not going to take all this because this is just too much that came out, but I will just speak it. So, recreational drugs, benevolent and honorable. The law does wrong to no one. When you are benevolent and honorable, the law does wrong to no one. Let's see, these imposters want to punish you for standing in truth because they can't compare to that, because they're corrupt. Then we got companionship. Then we have brother on the matriarch side. Okay. So where do we see that at? The Two of Cups and the Two of Diamonds here. So they were involved with this. We did see the karmic mother, the Empress in reverse, then jealousy, and then powerful, divinely protected. You are the most of every situation. Financial abuse. No, no, no. That's what the ancestors say. No, no, no. That's not going down, this financial abuse. And then third. Okay. I don't know what that is, but okay. Let's continue. The Judas is a hidden subscriber. I see Fehu. Fehu again. Dragon blood wards off negative energy. Healing creates a protective shield. This is a growth, increases personal power. This is recovery. Okay. So there's protection over this new cycle of money that's coming in. This expansion. Okay. There's a funeral. I see funeral again. It is done. So something is over. It is over. The Fehu came out. Okay. Wilding out. So Oshun and Fehu came out. At the bottom of the deck, it's wilding out. Okay. We'll leave that at that. So we have Fehu, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and fertility. This is protected. We got Oshun energy here. Okay. Oshun protect mother and children. Okay. This is the mother of sweet waters. But you don't want to get on her dark side. You don't want to go there. Traveling grace. Oklahoma. At the bottom of the deck, at the top of the deck is Traveling Grace, Oklahoma. Let's see what comes out here. Next 7 days. Mars, action. Some type of action. Scheme of extortion. Yes. Some type of action. The word yes came out. Down a little bit so all this won't come out in one big old pile. So we have the ERO police, enforcement and removal operations, a directorate within ICE, which was facing perjury. Okay. And contracts, unilateral contracts. So I'm picking up that this is dealing with what's been going on, These courts are involved, these attorneys are involved because they all got contracts to committing perjury, with perjurizing documents, legal documents to keep immigrants, to try to protect and cover immigrants, and exposed for abuse of power, I see. Okay. Caught, they all are in a caught together. What is this? So I'm not going to keep this, but I am going to speak it. I see the state of Michigan sticking up. Oh, I didn't see this part. Having tantrums because they can't control you. Caught. Post office. Changes here with 555. Fraudulent contracts. Return of stolen property and fortune, disclaimed inheritance, money theft, resignation, KC matter. This is a CFR matter in the MSTA. Unilateral contracts. It is a fraud to conceal a fraud. So we have Dodge that came out. Perjury is at the bottom of the deck. Department of Government Efficiency. Now this Dodge program is supposed to be put in place to eliminate the de facto government to restore the republic. Saying Oklahoma. Mars Day action. Cameras. Bribery scheme came out, facing thievery, insurance fraud, the judge is condemned when a guilty person escapes punishment. Yes, they are being investigated. A sister on the matriarch side, federal court judges, a masculine. CIA is a shadow investor. Ex-lover is obsessed with watching you, and yes, they are involved. Past employers involved with the corruption. Yes, they wanted you dead for money. Trump administration. Return to sender is in effect. You are a threat because you stand for justice. You are the truth. Smear campaign. Children's schools involved. Duty. A duty was death threats. That's that, unenlightened energy that I picked up with the, I think it was the Page of Cups, Temperance with the Ten of Swords. Insurance fraud. So some documents has been changed. Final message. I just saw the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles. A lot of money. Is that why it's a bounty on your head? All this money that niggas stole and took. Okay. Trying to cover up. Final message. Final message. Final message. 9 of Wands. Continue to stand 10 toes down. The Devil, the Ace of Swords. The Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands. Contract. Karmic contract. Meant to cause burdens and restrictions as a form of attack, systematic attack. With this Ace of Swords here, this is giving me the devil is in the details, and the details expose the devil. And then at the bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. The World at the top of the deck. Okay. So, not only is this going to go public, it's an end to this cycle. Okay. and they wanted to create a continuous cycle of burdens and hardship. The Nine of Wands, this is perseverance. This is standing on truth when there's nothing left to do. There's nothing left more for you to do in the physical, but to continue to stand on truth, because the universe is working in your favor. Cosmic rebalancing is taking place. Okay? The great reckoning is taking place. As above, so below. Stand on truth. Speak truth. And continue to be truth. Seek ma'at in all things. What you desire desires you.